This is an updated version of the Cover Kings video originally published on October 14th, 2025. This new version, dated October 15th, 2025, has revisions, corrections, and elaborations based on viewer comments. Go to the description box below this video and click the link, and you will find two documents. The first link will take you to my Excel file, which has the Cover Kings data with revisions and corrections. I also added a second file, which is a PDF that shows you how to do the calculations for the cover margins. And what I'm going to do now is go through both the spreadsheet and the calculation method. But first, I want to clarify where I'm getting this information from. The source is vegasinsider.com. On their college football scoreboard, if you look under ATS/OU, they have the cover margin next to C colon. For example, here, Liberty covered by 8.5 points. I also want to clarify that this data is from week 7. Week 7, which ended on Saturday, October 11th, 2025, and the most notable game was Indiana beating Oregon. So it's the middle of the week, and this is a recap of results from week 7, but it is valuable information looking forward to week 8's college football games. To download the spreadsheet, go to my Google Drive, go to File, Download, and Microsoft Excel. And then you can download this Microsoft Excel file to your desktop. Also, you can download this PDF file, which tells you how to calculate the cover margin. So next what we're going to do is we're going to go through the spreadsheet as well as how to do the calculations. So going to the spreadsheet right now, the first column has the names of the teams. The second column is the main column, the feature column here, and this is the cover margin. Then we have the opponent, and we also have the Vegas point spread for the team in that row. So, for example, let's look at the first team here, and that's Marshall. They covered their point spread by 38.5 points. Their opponent was Old Dominion, and Marshall's point spread was plus 14.5. They were the underdog, but they won and they covered. Now what I did was I sorted this column here based on the largest margin, where green is good. I'm going to now apply a filter, and what that does is it makes these little triangles show up, and then in your version that you download, you will be able to do this. You can then sort each column. You can sort the first column alphabetically. You can sort this column here by largest to smallest. Green is good, larger is better. So Marshall is number 1. They're the number 1 cover king, 38.5, as well as UTSA. So let's look down here. So that's what? That's over 5 touchdowns. That's a big deviation from Vegas's original point spread. Vegas's point spread is basically their projection of what the final score should be. So in these two cases, Marshall and UTSA, Vegas was wrong by 38.5 points over 5 touchdowns. 4 touchdowns here. San Diego State, they cover the point spread, and South Florida, they cover the point spread by 4 touchdowns. Northwestern covered they beat Penn State. They covered the point spread by 3 touchdowns. Texas and Troy covered USC. They covered by 2 touchdowns. So these are pretty large discrepancies. I would say anything above 7 is significant, but definitely if you're above 10, that's a significant deviance from the Vegas point spread. So then I want to point out something here also too is the way these covers are, the opposing team has a mirror result. So Marshall covered the point spread by 38.5. Their opponent failed to cover the point spread, and they went under by 38.5. So what we have here are the cover kings, the top teams with respect to covering their point spread. But on the other side here, their opponents, they're the losers. They're the biggest cover losers. So that's how you can extract information from this chart, and then we have the original point spreads here. Now now that we're looking at Marshall, let me show you how to do the calculations. Okay. Now the VegasInsider.com website actually does the calculations for you. Again, you look under ATS OU column after the game's done, and they do the calculations. C:1 plus. So Liberty covered by plus 8.5. So the team that covered, they'll put it on that row. So Kennesaw State is plus 32.5. So, but if you want to know how to do the calculations, this is how to calculate it. And this formula works in all situations, okay? So first of all, you want to pick the team that you're analyzing. We're going to pick Marshall. So you take Marshall's score, subtract Old Dominion score, the other team score, then you add Marshall's point spread. This is the formula. You just put in the numbers whether they're negative or positive. So here we go. Marshall's score was 48. Old Dominion score is 24, and you subtract that. And Marshall's point spread was plus 14.5. Why plus? Because they were actually the underdog. Old Dominion's point spread was minus 14.5. Marshall's point spread was 14.5. That's why this margin is so large. Not only did Marshall not lose, okay, so Vegas was predicting that Marshall was going to lose by 14.5 points, but Marshall won, and then they won by 24 points. So then you get 38.5. And so that's how all these calculate. This formula is universal in these calculations.